Yeah, so I have my slides. Can if you have them, we can just see some slides.
All right,
Um,
we'll see some slide. Let's see here.
a little bit about market, what I actually see in July, right? Like the whole July, we've seen a little slowdown, but it doesn't mean the prices are, falling, right? The prices are still they still grow, right? But there is not such urgency in many people. So I do work with a lot of buyers, and some buyers are, they go and look at the properties. There is no sense of urgency right now. Not many people are submitting crazy bids right now, but still, you would see some people who want to get into the homes, they will overbid majority. So the inventory is still low, right, on the market, and it's actually we will see some homes coming on the market now and then, but it's not enough. And also, this snapshot it just shows on the San Jose market. Properties a little bit longer on the market as well. We can go to the next slide. Um, yeah, that's just a little example on the San Jose market, what happens, right? Like we do have a prices growing in San Jose, but we still have a very low inventory and it's actually declining even like towards August. So why? We will see on the next graph. I just want to show you examples. Can we go to next slide? Oh, okay. This is San Jose again, and it shows the median list price for San Jose single family homes, right? They all growing and inventory is flat. So that's basically what we have on the market. Very low inventory. Can we go to next slide? Yes. So here I just want to show you a little example, just why San Jose is still growing, right? Even, I mean, like, yes, low inventory is one case, but see, the San Jose still have a room to grow, and it's the next closest city to Sunnyvale, Cupertino, and so on. So it has a room to grow. So when you see on a Redwood City, right, like it was growing immensely last couple of years, but you would see it's declining right now, right, the price wise, because it's already, I mean, like reaching the top, right? So, and if you look at these two cities, you basically would see what the approximate growth can potentially be, specifically for San Jose. Yeah, and this actually graph shows for these two cities what happens with the inventory, right? Also, the inventory is flat, right? Like since July, it doesn't grow, right? But if you would see the Redwood City, the prices decline, and in San Jose they keep growing because, as I said, there is still room to grow in San Jose. And I know a lot of cities like Pleasanton, what else? The recent city, Walnut Creek. Yesterday, I looked at some properties in the area where, like a couple of years ago, I couldn't sell a home for 1.2. Now, like the homes were worth 1.8. It's unbelievable, yeah. But some areas they grow immensely, but I don't know what's going to happen next, right? Like they already reaching out, they top. Who knows what's going to happen next? I don't
Okay.
know. Like Fremont, the similar thing in Fremont, right? Fremont, we do, as I said previously said, some homes been hanging on the market in July for a long time, and they couldn't reach the value of the homes which sold in January for high amount, right? Like, and right now, I still see some homes sold for really high amounts. So it's we still have a strong market in Fremont. It just, I guess, in July we've been like on this really slow down because people traveled, buyer fatigue, and so on. So, and if you see on Fremont and Pleasanton, right, like on the listing price and the inventory, we kind of like on a flat curve right now. It's not again, it's combined, right? Combined for the Pleasanton. It's not only single family homes, but the townhomes and condos. So I don't know where we're going with price, but I think certainly some cities are already reaching a great amount growth, and I don't know if they're gonna go keep growing later after this months. But
That's right.
I noticed a lot of buyers say very conservative. Like they do have a good amount of money, but people do not submit on every home right now like crazy. And I have a next slide. Do you have a next slide?
Okay,
Oh,
what's it supposed to show? A puppy.
it's just like like yes, we talk about buyer love letters, which I do, and it says, "What do you mean by my offer was not accepted? Did you put the cute photo of me with my offer?" Yes, I do put sometimes buyer photos in contracts. I mean, like buy love letters with the photos of the children. Doesn't work all the time, but sometimes it does. So yes, so I'm doing whatever is possible to get my offers accepted. And I just noticed this time, especially on apartment sites, right? Like it seems to be easy. On the homes, easier to get the offers accepted as well. So, but it doesn't mean you can get them cheaper. You can get them with a good amount of money, but easier to get, definitely.
Now, based on what we have seen, which area has the clearest sign that the market is slowing down?
In my
Sacramento. No doubt, there's no doubt Sacramento is definitely slowing down. All right.
so,
Now, based on what we have seen,
I just speculate on some aspects of it. So people been like trying to get a lot of investments, right, and so on from this side. But then another thing is people who were counting to work remotely forever. Not everyone is working remotely. Actually, I just talk to people, and some people have to come to back to offices, and people who've been buying all over, like far away, they thinking about buying apartments or places to live here right now, closer to the work.
how's the condo market? Is it any different than the single family residence market in your areas?
You know what? I recently in Dublin, in one neighborhood, in one community, there was like 4, 5 condos listed, right? Like, and I've seen like 5 condos in one day with my client. And by the time I arrived home and I wanted to submit, 4 of them been pending already, right? And like one of them just left out, but I don't know if it's pending or not, but it wasn't the best one. So these condos, like, in, I don't know why, it was like some of them been sitting for a while on the market and just in one day they just gone. So in Fremont, some condos, right? Like in some of them, I noticed they put a offer due date, but then after due date they're not pending, right? I called the agents and they didn't have any offers. So it depends, right? Like by the community as well and what the community has to offer. But I see it's easier a little bit in some areas to get condos.
All right. Now, for those of you that are actively submitting offers, who's finding it much easier to get their offers accepted?
Me.
Okay, tell us your story.
Well, my last offers, which I just submitted, and actually they're closing right now. It was easy, even in July, right? Like, they accepted very easy. So basically, the townhouse which I recently closed, I was calculating, I think, in square footage, and by the school area in Fremont, it should be valued about 920, right? And we just submitted an offer at 830, then we negotiated to 850. It was very cheap for this townhouse actually, and we closed at 850. So and the house as well, the one which I just recently closed, it was easy accepted too. So
Okay,
yeah,
so things are getting better for buyers then, right?
I think, yeah, buyers need to be activated. Yeah, some buyers, yeah, I do work with buyers actively right now, but they like majority they shop around, right? Like if they they don't, they choose. There is like some of them just like walk around and they say we like this one, we don't like this one. It's not like rush activity right now.
Conclusion is market is slowing down overall. It is slowing down. Is it a bad thing or is it a good thing? Let's talk about that. So Lily, do you think market slowing down is good for you or bad for you?
It's good for my clients.
It's good
So
for
I
your
mean,
client, then it's good for you, right?
like it's less, I think it's less frustration for us as an agents and less frustration for the buyers because uh, as the previous months showed, like not July, but let's say March or April, it was insane. It was literal insanity, right? When the listing agents would pick up the phone and would say, "We got this much, like this amount for this listing, and we don't think it's gonna even appraise." And they, like what they when you talk to listing agents were like i- impressed themselves, right? So for them it was absurd, like absurdish, right? Like just to get these offers. And I think it's just gonna be more realistic right now for people. They would feel what to expect. And I think price wise, yeah, some cities they're already reaching the ceiling, right? They can't keep growing to the max. There is like this certain price where they should stop. I mean, it's insane. If you look at the Pleasanton, right, like when the prices grow almost close to 2 mil, right, for the single family, if I work in Apple, I'd rather buy smaller square footage in Sunnyvale, right? Like how, because my commute, if I need to go to the center, like, like to be in Cupertino, I would rather spend this 2 mil to buy a smaller home. So it means like, you know, it needs to stop someday. It needs to stop. I mean, like, it's insane. It's insane, but
It will stop someday. I don't think it's gonna crash. I think it's gonna reach a high point and then it's going to fall a little bit and then it's gonna go back up again. That's what's gonna happen.
yes.
Okay, so real estate has always been a good investment for most people, and it's going to be the same way. History tells us that eventually it will always climb. We don't see real property prices fall and don't climb up again. It will climb. Okay.